You know what time it is? It's time to get rid of Kevin Magnussen, a guy who's done absolutely nothing this season. He has 2 10th places. He's been outright beaten by his teammate Nico Hülkenberg, who is new to the team, and he had his chance, okay? He was given a big saving grace here when he was given 2 more seasons back at the team he was before, Haas, when Nikita Mazepin was out because of the Russian sanctions. And you know what? He had a good first race, 5th place. That was huge for Haas and everything. But after these 2 years, you're going to have to call it quits because this guy, he's not even a journeyman driver. To call him a journeyman driver would be a compliment because he doesn't really end up giving you that many points, okay? He was given his first shot at McLaren in 2014. He was like 19 years old. First race ever, podium, Australian Grand Prix, 2nd place. Okay, after that, nothing for the rest of the season. He didn't accomplish shit. Got a couple of points here and there, but in the McLaren at that time, that wasn't going to cut it. So they got him actually cut from the team. 2015 offseason. 2016, he comes back to the Renault team. 7 points, but you couldn't really ask for much from them. But again, nothing much. Back to the Haas team that he's at now for 4 seasons. 2017, 18, 19, and 20. And you know what? It was like him and Roman Grosjean scoring a couple points here and there. Same old guy, Gunther Steiner. They got to switch up this team. You got to get rid of Gunther Steiner. You got to get rid of Kevin Magnussen. Keep Hülkenberg there. He's a true journeyman. He'll get you points when you need to get points. He already got a 7th position for the team. And he's been qualifying really well. But the problem with the Haas team is when you qualify well, the race pace just isn't there, so it doesn't matter. You'll end up getting nothing. The problem with Kevin Magnussen is he's not qualifying well and he's not racing well, okay? So now you have 2 guys who are seasoned veterans at the Haas team, but the only problem is Gunther Steiner has this weird obsession with not wanting to have younger drivers because of the situation he had to go through with Nikita Mazepin and Mick Schumacher. Okay, Nikita Mazepin was one of the worst Formula 1 drivers ever, so we don't even have to mention him anymore. But there are tons of drivers who get back into that seat. One of them could be Daniel Ricciardo, only if he performs very well at the AlphaTauri team. He knows he'll never get that Red Bull seat. I mean, he can't just beat Yuki Tsunoda. If he wanted to get that Red Bull seat, he'd have to be coming in 5th or 4th place in a team that should be coming in 18th and 19th. You've got Filip Drogovic. He was an F2 champion. He's more linked to Aston Martin. The only problem with Aston Martin is you got Lance Stroll there, and that's probably one of the most protected seats in Formula 1 because his dad owns the team. And trust me, his dad's not going to get in deep shit with his mom or any of his family over dropping his son. Now, in some weird situation where Gunther Steiner's getting rid of, I could see a Mick Schumacher returning to that team because I think the team actually liked him. It was just the problems he had with Gunther Steiner, and he had some crashes that cost the team money. But if they developed him, he could have been a guy who was scoring points for them because when they had races where their car was actually competitive, he was better than Kevin Magnussen. He was passing people. He was getting up into 6th position when the car could actually perform. So he could have been a huge asset to that team moving forward. And listen, we're going to have to pay some money. This guy crashes sometimes. But if we develop him and make him a better driver and give him more of a confidence and more a role of being number 1, maybe he could just be like a cash cow, almost like Bottas was for Alfa Romeo last season, not this season, when he would score so many more points than the team expected and they were super happy with him. One other driver that could come in. Frederick Vesti is totally dominating F2 this season. He's up. He's not up large, but he's got a couple of wins, and if he wins this championship, he could be in line for a seat as well. However, the only thing I would say is Kevin Magnussen, if he starts turning things around and starts outperforming Nico Hülkenberg, then we might be in this weird limbo situation where Gunther Steiner just says, you know what, both of them are scoring us enough points, we just keep it, which I hate in Formula 1. You should either, get the results or get out because that's what Formula 1's about. And I know a lot of people talked a lot of trash on AlphaTauri and the Red Bull system for doing that, but that's what Formula 1 used to be. It not used to be, hug and flowers. Drive to Survive has changed people into thinking that these are huge emotional situations where we're so sad we have to let go of Ricciardo, but we wish him nothing but the best. That's all for cameras, man. Formula 1's been cutthroat from the start. When Michael showed up and did well in the first race, he signed a contract and illegally got out of one contract to go to another team and stabbed Eddie Jordan in the back. I mean, this is Formula One politics. It's always been like that. If another team can pay you enough and get enough lawyers to get you out of whatever contract you're in, even if it says that you owe the team more time, it doesn't matter. Things get done. This is a business at the end of the day. And if it is a business, if Gene Haas is the businessman I think he is, and he wants to have actual success in Formula One and not just be pittering in the back, which he is now, he's going to have to make more bold decisions and moves. And getting rid of Kevin Magnussen and replacing him with either a young gun who can get something done or some older, more experienced driver that's actually better than Kevin Magnussen, has a better track record and can get more points than him, he's going to have to do that, and he's going to have to do it immediately. Make the decision now. Let him know these are the last couple races, because some guys, they feed off that. This is my last time in Formula One. I'm going to put my best foot forward. I think Kevin Magnussen accepts that. He's not bitter. No sour grapes. He'll understand. Okay, if you like this video, please comment, like, and subscribe. Thank you for listening.